Hello. Today we're going to talk about, not our favorite verses, but the verses that, what is it? What's the word, Amor?
Encourage.
That encourage us the most. I'll go first. So I have two verses that were crucial during hard seasons of my time. During hard seasons in my life. The first one is in John chapter 13, verse 7. And the verse said, Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you will understand." On those times, I was facing a hard situation at home. My dad was sick, and that verse was really like a promise in disguise, like a strength and comfort for my soul in those uncertain times. Because I feel like it was Jesus telling me that even if I did not realize what was happening at the moment, he'll later explain me why that happened. And then the next one, because I had to, is, can I say the next one? Or do you want to say yours first and then I go again and then you go again?
I can go.
Okay.
It'd
Now,
be really easy to share more than two verses, but I think for this time we're just going to share two.
Yeah.
That are encouraging to us. Maybe were encouraging or are now still.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I feel like when I'm sharing verses that I would run out of verses to share eventually, but then, of course, there's another one and another one. You can always read the same verse over and over again, and it still applies the same strength to every situation. So one of my favorite verses is Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not tremble or be dismayed. Do not fear, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. This is the Lord talking to Joshua, and this is him just telling Joshua, hey, look, I'm with you. You know, I'm at your side. Yeah, he had some big shoes to fill, and he didn't really know what he was doing. He'd been taking care of a bunch of whiners for the last 40 years, so I like that verse.
Yeah, the verse talk about a lot of the faith that he had, right? In God, when God talked to him. I like it more. The second verse that I had is Exodus 14:14.
I remember that one.
There was a time that Caleb and I got into a very, very, very hard season. We were actually already engaged, but we still had, a hard season. And I came here to visit him, and I was coming back to Peru. And I remember how in the airplane, I was crying, and suddenly the Holy Spirit talked to me. I hear his voice telling me, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." And it was weird because probably I have read that verse several times, but at that moment in the airplane, I had no idea that was a verse from the Bible. So once I land in Peru, I turn on my phone, my internet, blah, 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 and I Google it because I wanted to know if that was a verse from the Bible, if that was something that, why was it in my mind? And then I discovered that was a verse, and it's in the Bible. And again, it's Exodus 14:14, and said, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." I don't know what's your season in life. I don't know if you're facing something hard right now, but I want to encourage you with these verses. It is still very powerful for me and for my marriage, for my husband and myself. What is your second verse, Amar?
I'm kind of stuck between two that are about 5 verses apart.
You can say the two of them.
So, Psalm 143, 10, and 11. And 12 too, but I'll just read 10 and 11. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. Let your good spirit lead me on level ground. For the sake of your name, Lord, revive me. In your righteousness, bring my soul out of trouble. And I guess more verse 10, because sometimes, you start feeling down. I know both of us have struggled a lot with depression and anxiety, and I struggle with it a bit more now. I'm a little bit younger than... Anyway. But I like verse 10. And then the next verse I had is right after that. It's the next chapter, and it's verse 1. Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. My loving kindness and my fortress, my stronghold and my deliverer, my shield and he in whom I take refuge, who subdues my people under me. And I'm sorry, it wasn't my intention to have verses just about fighting today, but I don't know, verses about the Lord supporting us and teaching us to struggle well are encouraging to me, and I hope they're encouraging to somebody out there.
Yeah, these are promises from God. I write my husband once right here, so I'll never forget about that. That's it. So we hope you like this video and subscribe to our channel. We will try to encourage you more about Jesus and the scriptures. We will have to read what God is taught us first, what God has spoke to our hearts, and not doing it every day, but try to do it when we can. Right, Amor?